we're going to continue with the brothers Fortemps. But we're going to continue with the one that's over there at the Falcon's Nest. We already helped the other brother, the weaker of the two, discover the Zuzuzozo. I already forgot the tribe's name. But the Bismarck, though. Dude. Dang. That's what you guys pray to, Broccoli? Sheesh. So now we're going to help the other brother and Redwold in their quest of whatever they're doing over here. In times such as these, Sir Redwold is glad to have veterans like you whom he can turn. Calm as ever, even when you must surely sense the gravity of the situation. A veteran through and through, just as Lord Drillamont said. Good. We have lost contact with the reconnaissance party sent north to Riversmeet in search of the Heretics' hideaway. Whether they were attacked or met with some other misfortune, we know not, but regardless of the cause, we must act quickly, for this is a harsh, unforgiving land which can claim, and has claimed, the lives of many men. To ensure we find our missing knights as quickly as possible, I have assigned each party a different area to search. You and Lord Artoirel will be working together. Seek him out when you are ready to depart, and good luck. So let's go. It seems we have been assigned to an area near Camp Riversmeet, Mistress Deadgarden. Lest you are unaware, the camp was one of many our knights were forced to abandon when we withdrew from Curthus' western highlands. One of many sacrifices made in the wake of the calamity. 'Twould not surprise me if all knights took shelter there. There is but one way to find out, though. Let us be off. I think this is where we left off with in the Rororia files. See, I have that other file just in case something messes up in the recording on these Olivia files. This one's like my main one right here, and any kind of like backup recording is done over there. I think if like my birds were to be like Beast Tribe, this would be an Ixal, and then Broccoli would be one of the Zuzu, or whatever they're called. There, below us, Camp Riversmeet, or what remains of it. I see no way to descend the cliff safely from here. Should we fall, the beast below would make short work of us. Come, I know a path to the riverbed below, east of the Black Iron Bridge. Black Iron Bridge. Look at how cold and still it looks. Pretty cool looking bridge. Dude, I like the architecture of this place. It really reminds me of like older games, you know, like I imagine the Final Fantasy VI, the first town that you come into, like all the buildings are like steamy and yet still stone, you know? Wait. Alright, where are we gonna rappel down? If the reconnaissance party came this way, I see no sign of it. Still, it is possible that recent storms have obscured their trail, or that they took an alternate route to Camp Riversmeet. Until we investigate the camp itself, we cannot be certain. We must press on. Okay. Ugh! Dude, look at that claw. What is that? Like a wing? There's a dragon up there too. It still breathes. Hey, gaunt figure. Your battle is with me. Everyone else, you too. Come. Done. Easy. Let's go. Up, man. Are you all right? I heard sounds of a struggle. Thank the Fury. I thought no one would come. 3 heretics slain and 1 knight saved. Just like that. You certainly live up to your reputation, Mistress Deadgarden. What happened here, sir? We were caught in a furious blizzard north of here, my lord. Not but white all around, until we saw shapes moving towards us, running towards us, with naked steel in their hands. I cut down a few of the bastards who came loose, but the others, they were shouting and screaming, but after a while I could only hear unfamiliar voices. I found my way to camp, hoping to hide while the storm passed. But the heretics tracked you here. Aye. My lord, the heretics' hideaway lies somewhere to the north. We must move quickly, before the snow buries all traces of their passing. For my brothers, we must... Damn, he got beat, Broccoli. Have faith, sir. Justice will be done. But first, we must see you to safety. Alright, what is this? These casting gloves, please. Alright, Artoirel. What's next? Ooh, Lady Iceheart. Lord Artoirel seems loath to forego any opportunity to locate the heretic's hiding place. He has the right of it, Mistress Deadgarden. Whatever remains of the heretic's trail will be gone with the next snowfall, but we cannot very well leave our friend here. I will see him to Falcon's Nest and gather reinforcements. In the meantime, I would have you search the area to the north of the camp for signs of the attack. Should you pick up the heretic's trail, do not wait for me. Follow it back to the lair forthwith, being sure to leave me some clear footprints. I realize that this plan may place you in considerable danger, but I see no alternative. Rest assured we will not be far behind. And Olivia, thank you. Alright, Broccoli, let's go find these heretics, boy. Alright, let's see. They're just across the river. Let's see. Let's go check it out. Night night. What, I can't cross it? Really? No. Giving me some Skyrim vibes. There it is, right there. Fresh footprints. And a fallen lad right here. Alright, let's go. Let's go, Broccoli. Before I put you to bed, let's watch what happens, dude. You don't want to watch? Come on, watch with me. The tracks continue to the north. Find the heretic's hiding place. Oh. Nice. This is kind of like a trial by ice. More footprints. Tracks continue to the north. These heretics really make way, man. Blizzard means nothing to these guys. Ooh, heretics! Alright, last guy. Where you going? Nah. What is that? No, sir. Night. Well, it's safe to say we found their hideout. They're gonna be like, you fool! Why did you come all the way here? should have known. Get that guy out of here. Get you out of here next. The spell-weaving heretic. Done. No, I won't. Done. Looks like we found everything. She's right here. She dares show her face. Remember this?
Looking for me, I presume.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't know it was taking a turn this way.
Ah, the child who glimpsed the truth.
Ah.
No, it cannot be.
She cameth unto me, as didst thou.
They changed his
Alike
actor.
in gifts, yet set upon different paths.
He speaks true, warrior of light. Like you, I have been blessed with the echo.
Well, I got de-blessed, so...
The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done to deserve them. But I had no time to ponder such things once the calamity came.
The calamity?
The land turned against us, and in a matter of hours, Falcon's nest was buried under 10 fulms of ice and snow. We had no choice but to flee for Ishgard. We came to the wall, and while we searched for a way through, there was an avalanche. And then I was alone. So I set forth for Dravania.
Whatever.
I knew full well what might happen where I found. But I could not survive on my own. I was found, of course. And not by a mere dragon, but by the great worm Hreisvalga.
Hreisvalga.
And it was then that I knew
Whoa.
why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice and saw the truth through his eyes. I was chosen to deliver this revelation to the people, to bring dragon and man together as they once were and should ever be.
Killing civilians won't bring them together. What of the innocents who died when you attacked Foundation? Yeah. Play the good guy.
It wasn't supposed to be like that. You have to believe me. It was beyond my control.
Yeah, whatever.
Children taught to
The way you
fear stars,
laughed.
who saw their loved ones
Said something
slaughtered.
different.
Yet the Dravanians, though they know where the fault truly lies, fell upon them with such fury.
Men die, and their children forget. But we are everlasting. To us, then is as now.
Little dragon.
Thou canst not comprehend the violation, the outrage, the fury.
The fury!
I will make this right. I am neither a saint nor a savior, just another sinner. Yet I will not forsake this cause. I cannot. I will see this cycle broken and peace restored. We can do naught else, for we are now as one.
What do you mean? We're just gonna let her go? I guess so. Just chilling up there. Mistress Deadgarden, praise Helone you are alive. We came as swiftly as we could, but I see we are too late. You damn right, dude. I could have used your backup in there. We could have arrested her, had her questioned, so they were lurking in the cellar of this farmhouse. 'Tis a pity Lady Iceheart escaped, but we must not let that detract from your accomplishment. We have them on the run. You have dealt our foes a telling blow this day, my friend, and I shall see that your efforts are recognized. What's next? Establishing an outpost is in so remote a location could not have been easy, tenacious devils. Artoirel! Knights, be not proud. Lord Artoirel would rather not linger without cause. The knights have matters here well in hand. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and share our discoveries with Sir Redwald. Come! After tracking heretics across malms of ice and snow, I would say you are due in few hours' rest next to warm fire. Well, I already came back home once, so, you know, that wasn't so hard. Let's see, it's a foundation. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, right? Right, Sir Redwald. We have news. Lord Artoirel, Mistress Deadgarden, full glad I am to see you both hale and healthy. What news? Well, we saw the lady and she didn't get arrested. You mean to say you hunted the heretics down on your own and slew them, but before reinforcements could arrive? By the Fury! I believe we have made great strides towards purging these lands of heretics, and I mean to say as much when I deliver my report to my father and the Holy See. This guy looks so different and like normal. As will I, Lord Artoirel. May I serve to remind our superiors what houses Durandare and Fortemps could achieve through continued cooperation. Indeed, I trust you and your knights are content to handle the rest. We most certainly are, my lord. During your short time with us, you and Mistress Deadgarden have accomplished far more than I thought possible. I cannot, in good conscience, impose upon you any longer. Pray return to Ishgard with my thanks. As you wish, Sir Redwald. We thank you for your hospitality. Let's do the Manderville. Alright, I feel like that series of quests was much shorter than his brother's. Is this how I get home? Foundation, there we go. Go. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool! That was supposed to take a minute? That didn't even take a minute. Mistress Deadgarden, I would speak plain. From the first I questioned your motives and your competence. Unjustly, I now realize. Rumors have a way of growing more fantastic as they spread, and quite frankly, those surrounding you beg a belief. But Holshafant swore that all the stories were true. He championed your cause and begged Father to grant you patronage. And he dully listened because for all his wisdom, he has never been able to say no to my dear half-brother, the legacy of my father's soul in discretion. Mother hated him, of course. Even on her deathbed, she refused to acknowledge him, and, to be honest, she was not alone in her feelings. But that's not the worst of it. At Camp Riversmeet, when we came upon the wounded knight, I knew immediately that one of us would have to pursue the heretics alone, an onerous task, fraught with danger. And there you were, the savior of Eorzea, and honored guest of House Fortemps, my new comrade in arm, Horsefon's dear friend. I told myself it was to be a test, but part of me hoped that you would fail. Ah, this guy. Yet you accepted the task without a word to protest, nor any sign of fear, and you dully tracked the enemy down, faced him alone, and lived to tell the tale. Plainly, Horsephon had the right of it all along. That I doubted your strength bespeaks mine own weakness, but I will not doubt you again, Mistress Deadgarden. On that you have my word. Curtsy. And I take off. Alright, so Pity, critical hit, spell speed. I'm gonna get that spell speed. Hey, stop it. Alright. Now that the brothers Fortemps is all helped out, divine intervention. The Fortemps steward looks though as he has something to say. We get what? Black Chocobo whistle. Oh, nice. And an ether compass. Let's go. Ah, Mistress Deadgarden, my lord the Count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Artoirel and Lord Emmanellain. If you would remain here for a moment. What are we gonna get, guys? I'm gonna get shot, dude.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emmanellain's life.
Emmanellain.
Aye, he told me everything. I've also received letters from both House Zamael and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Fortemps. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord!
What is it? Speak.
He's
Forgive
trying.
the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings.
Huh?
Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
What?
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements. 'Twas this which prompted a knight of the Heavensward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Like paraphernalia elements?
Sir Grinno is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamael. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Let's go get him out! Though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your success, even as we celebrate them. 'Tis like that one such member of House Zamael is manipulating Sir Grinno, for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I am quite certain his masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us not if we cannot prove their innocence. You would do well to speak with Sir Emeric at the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. He will know more of these charges. Alright. Our boys are innocent. They did nothing. Where do I gotta go? Foundation? Sir Emeric. Long time no see, good sir. It has been too long, Olivia. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru, I take it. Word of the detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. Vanu, there we go. Truly, I know not which is more ludicrous, these charges or the flying feathered whale. That Sir Grenoux's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult. However, as he is a knight of Heavensward, I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice it to say, the testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, routing the Heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of faith and drive back the Dravanian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. Dang, it has to come to that? But of course. In a trial by combat sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, a trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru would be expected to face Sir Grenoux in a second of his choosing. Another knight of the Heavensward, most like. 2 of them? By the Fury, that can't hardly be considered fair. Master Alphino's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Tataru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, I am sure is Lord Holshafan, but all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and mayhap in the realm at large. Dude, for real, I got this. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alphino at once and inform him of our intentions, Olivia. Meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend. So we're gonna get in an old-fashioned brouhaha, is what I'm hearing right now. Let's go, dude. This guy and I, we're going at it. Here we go. Listen carefully, Olivia. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate his charges and the accused invited to respond. Then, in accordance with the law, they will be asked to restate their request for the trial by combat. Once the High Adjudicator acknowledges Mistress Tataru's right to name a champion, that is when you make your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Grenoux's face when he sees his true opponent. 'Twould be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands and I shall cheer you so loud you will wonder how you could ever have contrived to doubt yourself. Now, are you ready? Let's go. We're about to fight, Broccoli.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the
Fury. Oh yeah, we're supposed to put you to sleep, huh?
ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grenoux, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grenoux de Zemile, brother of the Heavensward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Damn, they gave him such a gritty voice.
Let the accused step forward.
Look at Tataru.
Alphino Leveilleur, Tataru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grenoux's claim and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I,
I, Alphino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge and claim my right to trial by combat.
Nice.
I, Tataru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
Tell him, tag me in, Tataru. Tag me
The
in.
old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
Here we go. It is I, Olivia Deadgarden.
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
Let's go. They're like, yeah, hell yeah, let's see this shit happen. I hate that Zamael dude. Roll battle! Just give me all the heals and I'll take all the fire, bro. Tataru. Don't worry, we're gonna be alright.
Ohalone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous and cast down the wicked.
Nice way of saying fight, bro. Alright, let's go. Can you dye weapons? Right? What? Alright, it's getting dark. You probably can't even see me anymore. Let us teach this noble sirs the fouling blah 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 blah. Right. Get this guy first. End his boss.
I have my pride.
Shut up, Alpha No. Combo breaker.
Got you now.
Down with you!
Nope, you didn't even hit me, dude. Chill out. No! Done. There we go. Doty complete. I just need to get my warrior up to level 50 so I can fulfill my change of class. We won! We won, guys. The Fury has spoken. Alpha No Levia Tataru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who receive of her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners accused, go forth in peace. There we go. Got you out of jail, guys. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks as always. No problem, bro. And yes, night night, Broccoli. See if the probably ends right here, maybe. By the Fury, what a splendid victory. To see how you strove in the face of adversity. Two brave young souls bound together by the puissant bonds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it seems only right that I present you with a humble token of mine admiration. Pray receive of me this Chocobo whistle. With it you may summon a black Chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Oh yeah, you hear that, Mango? We got a black Chocobo ready to fly. Magnificent is she not? Strong yet sleek, elegant yet eager. What say you, Olivia? Will you take her for your steed? She's beautiful. Lord Horsefont, chocobos are prohibited in the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. Oh, poor little choco. Complete. And that ends. What, like the brothers Horsefont? You have obtained a black chocobo. When riding this mount, you will have the ability to fly, provided certain conditions have been met. To fly in given region, you must first find and attune to all local ether currents. In order to attune to some ether currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid you in this endeavor, you have also obtained an ether compass, which will provide you with some bearing and distance in the nearest ether current upon use. The ether compass can be found under collections in the duty section. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. Nice. Collection, ether currents. Disclosure. Lord Horsefont thinks you could do with a well-deserved rest. Yes. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. I think we discovered a lot about the land of Ishgard. And saved a few friends. Right, guys? So now I'm gonna put these guys to sleep. And, yeah, dude. I'm gonna probably, like, play around in the city and stuff. Craft some stuff. Explore, you know. And, yeah. Later, guys. I'll see you on the next episode of the story quests. So, yeah. Take it easy, guys. Peace.